Morning, bait makers. So this morning, woke up, got the wife out of here. She's gonna go watch my granddaughter. Got a message from a guy. Looks like he's going up to Sekiu, Nia Bay area. Wanted to know if I had some flounders and some swim baits that he could get. Showed him all the different swim bait sizes, and currently working on a really good flounder mix. It's got a couple different greens in there. It's got a couple 4 or 5 different color flakes. It has some 8-bit baits, Sparkle Love, which if he's out there on a sunny day, it's definitely gonna shine. I'm also gonna stick some glow in there. Just in case he's going deep. I'm not 100% sure where he's going. So we're going to put a half a teaspoon of LureWorks glow. Let me pull this down. Just bear with this a second. I'm going to move the camera. Give you guys a little better angle on what I'm doing there. There we go. Yeah, so just I put in some LureWorks Natural Glow 128. I'm going to mix it into this whole thing. And again, on the cell phone, my camera came in yesterday. It is charging. I have not had a chance to play with it yet. Like I said, second shift, got home around 11 o'clock last night. To a shooting right out down the road from our house, about 3 miles away, and the police presence was insane. There's probably 10 to 15 sheriffs out there, state patrol. They were in a line of 5 hauling ass by me, and they already had the roads blocked off, so I haven't heard any reports of what happened. I went to bed. But yeah, haven't had a chance to play with that camera yet. I'm going to. So this will probably, hopefully, be the last video that I do on my cell phone. So I should be over to that Sony ZV-10 II. But, all right, let's shoot that. All right, I got squishies out there, which means all the air bubbles came out. I did this because I was really having a problem with this, and then I spoke to the guys at Fat Guys Fishing. I was the first person to get this mold, and I let them know that these were the issues I was having. So then they sent me this mold, and this mold shoots a lot better. It's a lot cleaner. They took some recommendations from what I said was going on with this one. I showed them some videos of what I was doing. It wasn't purging out the top here. They made me another one, and I think they made the vents just a little bit bigger so the air, because this goes down, across, and shoots up this way. So you got to hold pressure, and then it drinks. I mean, if you're shooting a multicolor flounder, forget it. Because the waste on a flounder is just astronomical. This is how much waste you get. That entire line. Yeah, so I made this huge, I was just messing around, this bottom thing here. I swear I'm going to take this out to Nia Bay and see if it catches a fish. But you get all this right here, this whole line, plus it comes across and up. That's all waste. Because if you're shooting multicolor, there's nothing you can do with this other than melt it down and make some whatever with it. But yeah, but I do like the flounder. I like it a lot. It's just if you're not shooting a single color, I can see why guys are charging so much for them, because you're using over a cup easy in making these molds, or making the flounder bait. And then if you're wasting a lot of that's all cost, right? That's all you can't do anything with that other than that little crazy get up I did over there. So that I can see why guys are charging so much for these larger flounders, just if you're wanting a dual color. I can also see why one of our local big bait makers, which everyone knows, Fisherman's Gold, I can see why he only makes like root beer, single color. He doesn't do all the stuff like what I try to do, where it's, one color on one side and another color on the other, and it's glowing. And yeah, I can see why. It's just not, for him as a business, it's not cost productive at all. You are definitely not making any money on those. So as a small bait maker, I can get away with doing stuff like this. I'm not mass producing, and I'm not trying to. This isn't my main living job, so I totally get and understand why they do what they do. I didn't understand that when I was first introduced to them and talking to them, and I was just a little making baits for me and my buddies. But now that I put a cost associated to this, yeah, no, you don't do that. So that's those. He's also wanting some other stuff, so I will show what he's getting. So I'm also sending him these, which these things work absolutely great where he's fishing in Sekiu. We caught the majority of our rockfish on this color right here, this shimmer light blue with the gold stripe and a blue top. I'm also going to throw in some other stuff for him. Looked at his profile, he's a young kid, and it looks like he's an avid fisherman, so that's cool. So I'm going to give him some beauties as well. And he didn't ask for any of the 8-inch, but I'm going to throw some of the 8-inch in here for him. So he just has a little bit of variety from Vetstream that he can throw down there. The other thing he wants is the larger 8-inch swim baits. So I'm gonna give him some 8-inch right there. He's definitely going to get more than what he's thinking he's getting, and he's going to get more variety and more colors. So I'm going to take care of him. Let's see, where are these at? Oh, I could do some golden shiners. And then these. Yeah. So I'm going to mix up a little variety pack while this cools. It takes a little bit for that to cool. But, some 8-bit bait in there. Some crazy stuff right there. This green works really well. So yeah, he's going to get that. I'm going to probably mix in some gold and green shiners. And then I'm going to give him some dark green and teal. And then some color shift 8-inch grubs. So yeah, he's going to be happy when he opens this package. He's gonna, and then also he's getting these, and I'm mailing them to him. So hopefully he gets them in time. But let's take a look. What do these look like? There we go. No air bubbles. So there's a flounder for him. And see what I mean? That's how much. If you were to shoot that in 2 colors, it's just that would all be waste. So you shoot it in 1 color, at least you can remelt it, and it's not waste. It's, you just remelt it into making another one of these or making something else, using it as a topper, which always works well too. Struggle bus. All right, we're back. So let's see what this second one looks like. Might be a little brighter in here now. So the only difference, so now that I changed this, like I was telling you, Fat Guys Fishing, awesome company. I know a lot of people complain about them, their shipping times and everything else, but it's like, I don't need it overnight. If I needed it overnight, I wouldn't go to them, and it's like, this is bait making. You don't need anything overnight. They have jobs. This isn't their only thing. They make these molds as a side job, and then they have multiple customers. But they, you know, when they found out I had a problem, I told them, hey, this is what's going on. They took all my notes. We talked about it. We discussed it. And then they made me a whole nother mold and sent it to me. So I said, hey, do you want this one back? And they were like, nope, just go ahead and keep it. So now I have 2 of these because I've ground out these ports, and the only thing I have to do is just peel off the back end. So for me, yeah, that's a no-brainer. I'll peel that off. Soft plastic baits in the water, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, and you just peel that off, and you can't even tell the difference once you peel. And if I really wanted to I'd get a heat gun out here, and I could, you know, melt up the sides and do all that. And instead of talking about it, let's just do it. Just show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if you're to have a problem with this, the thin, all you do is take a little heat gun on there, walk it around the edges here, and it'll take away all those edge, that super thin plastic, and you just walk it right around the edges, and then all that super thin plastic will melt right back to the body, like so. Done. Now 100%, you cannot tell the difference. If I mixed them all up and said, okay, pick which one had the mold that was jacked up and which one has the mold that's not jacked up, you're not going to be able to do it. All right, so this young man should be very happy. He's getting some darker green, and they also glow in the dark. So, all right, I'm going to get this order packaged and weighed, and head over to the mailman and get my stuff sent over to him. This is Vet's Dream. I'm out of here.